This is the Roulette Master, and I cannot wait to introduce you to an incredible new roulette system called the Easy Way Roulette System by Dale Mason. He works in a card room, but he said he loves roulette, and you'll consistently win in the casino if you play this way. So this has a really unique progression. We're going to start with $5 on first 12, $5 on second 12, and $2 on the 22-27 double street there. So let's go ahead and spin. This is a $12 total bet to start. And here we go with the Easy Way Roulette System by Dale Mason. That's a 7 red, and that's a $3 win to start. So we're just going to rebet and spin. And once we have losses, I'll share with you how this unique progression works. And here we go. That's a 2 black. All right, that's a $3 win again there. So we're up $6. Let's just rebet and spin again. Here we go. All right, that's a 0-0, and that's a loss. So this system starts out by doubling, but then changes. So we're going to double on this first one here and go from 12 to 24. You can see we also have some jackpot numbers there, and that's a 20 black, and that's a $6 win. The 22, 23, and 24 are jackpot numbers. We're just going to rebet and spin again right here, and let's see what we get. That's a 25 red. And that's a break even. If you hit 25, 26, 27, you break even. So we're just going to rebet and spin. But what that does is it makes the 22, 23, and 24 jackpot numbers. And that's a 1 red. That should be a win. Okay, that's a $6 win. We're up $6. We're just going to rebet and spin. Here we go. All right. That's a 2 black. That should be another win. Okay, now we're up $12. We'll just rebet and spin again. Here we go. Okay, that's a 21 red. $6 win. We're up 18. We'll just rebet and spin again. So we haven't reset yet, and here we go. That's an 18 red. That's a nice $6 win. We're up 24. We'll just rebet and spin again here. And I'll share with you when it's time to reset, and I'll share with you how much these jackpots pay here coming up. But it could be better if you just see one hit. We're up 30 already. Let's just rebet and spin. Here we go. That's a 26 black. Another one of those break evens. That doesn't hurt us any, and we're up 30. We'll just rebet and spin again. So at least there's 27 numbers that don't hurt you. There's 3 that break even, 3 that are jackpots out of those numbers. And that's a $6 win. We're currently up 36. And we'll just rebet and spin again. Here we go. That's a 16 red. Another $6 win. We're up 42. All right, let's keep it going. Here we go. So far, so good with the Easy Way Roulette System by Dale Mason. And that's a 35 black, and we have a loss. So again, we're going to start out by doubling, but we're not going to do that. We already went from 12 to 24. We're going to double from 24 to 48, but if we lose again, we're not going to double anymore. So I'll share with you what to do next. That's a 27 red. That's a break even. Won't hurt us any. We're up 18. We'll just rebet and spin. Here we go. That's a 21 red. That's a $12 win. We're up $30. We'll just rebet and spin again. And once you get in session profit at this bet amount, you're going to reset. That's a 2 black there. Okay, that's a $12 win. We're up 42. And I think one more will get us reset. Here we go. And that's a 30 red, though. That's a loss. So after you've doubled twice like we did, if you lose again, you go up by what we started with. So we're going to go up $2 on the 22-27 double street, and we're going to go up $5 on the first and second 12. Let's go ahead and spin it. We're at a $60 total bet now. Okay, that's a 1 red. That should be a win. $15 win there. We're up 9 again. Let's rebet and spin. And here we go. That's a 22 black. That's a win. Oh, that's a $75. Look at that. $75 jackpot. We're up $84 now, so we're definitely resetting. So you see the 22 is one of those jackpot numbers, the 22, 23, 24. And I told you how great those were, and they finally hit one. So again, we'll put $2 on that double street. And that was a fun surprise. And Dale says he never plays systems that don't have at least a few jackpot numbers. It's not fun for him, and he loves having at least 3 jackpot numbers. So that's awesome, and we're up 87. So fantastic. I'll share with you the rest of that progression as we go through. I'm sure we'll have some losses again, and that's a 30 red. Okay, that's a $12 loss. We're up 75. We need to double the bet. We double it on the first 2 losses. So that would be from 12 to 24 and 24 to 48. And then we start a different progression, and that is a $6 win there. We're up 81. So let's go ahead and just rebet and spin. And remember, after you go to the $48 bet, the session profit resets once you're in it. That's a break even there. We're up 81. So we're just going to rebet and spin. And remember, any wins at $48 will reset you if you're in session profit. That's a 10 black. That's a $6 win. We're up 87. All right, let's rebet and spin. All right, here we go. So far, so good. That's a 33 black there. And remember, the first 2 losses we double, so we're going to go from 24 to 48. And remember, once we get to the $48 level, any win will reset us if we're in or near session profit. And that's a win. Okay, we're up 75. We're getting close. Let's see if we can get a win here at $48 total bet. That's a 6 black. That's another win. All right, that's pretty close to session profit right there. So we're going to restart. And we're going to go back to our original bet of 5, 5, and 2. And now we're at a $12 total bet. So here we go. That's a 25 red. That's a break even. Won't hurt us any. And again, we break even on 25, 26, 27. But without that break even, we wouldn't have the jackpot on the other 3 numbers, which you've already seen can be fantastic. That's a loss there on 0. So we're going to go from 12 to 24. We double on the first 2 losses. And then we only reset if we're at the $48 level and we're near session profit. That's a 3 red. Okay, $6 win. We're up 81. All right, we'll rebet and spin, and here we go. Okay, that's a 31 black. That's a loss. So we're going to double again, and now we're at the $48 level. Any new session profit or close to session profit will reset us. Here we go. Okay, that's a win, 15 black. Okay, we're up 69. We'll just rebet and spin. And here we go. That's a 28 black, and that's a loss. So now we stop doubling, and we go up by what we started. So 5, 5, and then 2. Okay, we're at up 21. This is a $60 total bet now, so if we hit a jackpot or get some wins, they're going to pay more, which will help us reset. That's a 7 red. That's a $15 win. We're up 36. We'll just rebet and spin. And remember, once you get to $48 or more, anytime you're near session profit or at session profit, you reset. So we're going to try to get back there. We're up 51. And let's spin again here and see what we can get. Okay, that's a 2 black. That's a win. We almost got the 0 there, but missed it. And we're up 66. It'd be awesome to get another jackpot number here. But once we get near session profit, we will reset. That's a 21 red, and that is real close, but we didn't get it. And we're up 81. We'll just rebet and spin. And here we go. Okay, that's another 21. Okay, and that gets us up 96. So we're going to reset. $2, $5, $5, $12 total bet, and let's spin. Okay, that's a 35 black, and that's a loss. Remember, we're doubling on the first 2 losses with this one. So we'll go from 12 to 24 and spin. But only the first 2. And that's at 27. I think that's a break even. It is, and we're up $84. We're going to rebet and spin at 24. But again, we don't reset until we're at $48. and we're near session profit. That's at 5 red. It's another win. We're up 90. Let's rebet and spin. Okay, that's at 27 red. That's a break even. Okay, so we're up 90 still. We'll rebet and spin again. See if we can get a little higher profit here. That's a win on a 1 red. $6 win. We're up 96. And let's see what we get here. That's an 8 black. That's a nice win. Okay, we're up 102. So starting to get a little bit better here. That's a 6 black. Nice win there. Okay, we're up 108. Still at this $24 bet because we don't reset unless we're at $48 or higher, and we're near session profit. That's a break even, I believe, on that one. It is, and we're up 108. So this should help us get higher in the profits right here. Let's see if we can get another good win, and that's a loss there on 29 black. So now that we're at the $48 level, anytime we're near session profit, we're going to reset. So let's go ahead and see if we can get some wins right here. Need to get over $100 profit again, and that's a $12 win. We're up 96, so we're not far off. A couple more will get us there. And here we go. That's a 9 red. That's a nice win. Okay, we're up 108. Let's go for one more here, and then we'll reset if we can get a win. That's a win, 4 black, so let's reset. Okay, we're up 120. So now we'll go to 5, 5, and then 2, and spin. We're up $120. And here we go. Okay, that's a 35 black, and that's a loss. Remember, we double on the first 2 losses, so we'll go ahead and do that. Now we're at 24, but we don't reset at 24. We only reset at 48 or higher, and that's a 22 black. There's a nice $30 jackpot. We're up 138 all of a sudden, and he did say that anytime you get a jackpot, go ahead and reset. So we will. That's the only difference to that rule there. And here we go. So we're back to base level, and let's spin. Jackpots are fun, and again, Dale says he never plays a system unless it has jackpot numbers. He likes at least 3, and that's a $3 win. We're up 141. So back at base level, and you actually make more after you get your first loss with this system. That's a 36 red, and that's a loss. Okay, we're up 129, and we're going to double up to 24. But we don't reset at 24 unless you hit a jackpot. That's a 1 red. Okay, we're up 135. We'll rebet and spin. And here we go. That's a 15 black. Another nice win. We're up 141. And let's see how many wins we can get at this $24 level. Another jackpot would always be nice, but we'll take as many wins as we can get, because they're $6 a piece, and we're up 147. Let's keep it going. This is a $1,000 bankroll system, and let's see, that's a 30 red, and we're gonna go from 24 to 48. Now that we're at 48, if we get near session profit, we're gonna reset, and if we'll go over what happens next, because we just lost again. After you've doubled twice, you go up by what you started with. So we'll go up 2, and then we'll go up 5 on each. And now we're at a $60 total bet. So we just continue to go up by what we started with after each loss. You just double on the first 2. And again, it's a $1,000 bankroll. It's a $15 win there. We're up 90. We're just going to rebet and spin, and we're going to try to get close to session profit before restarting. That's a 19 red, and that's a win. Okay, we're up 105. We'll rebet and spin. And let's see what we can get here. That's a 22 black, and that is a jackpot. That's a $75 win, and remember, we always reset when we hit a jackpot. So now we're up $180, and we'll go back to 5, 5, and then 2, where we started, and spin. And those jackpot numbers are fun, so I see why Dale likes to only play systems with a few jackpot numbers. He likes at least 3. And let's go ahead now and double from 12 to 24 and spin. But remember, we're not going to reset unless we hit a jackpot or we're at $48 or higher and we're near session profit. That's a break even. Okay, we're up 168. We'll rebet and spin. And let's see what we can get here. That's a 9 red. That's a $6 win. We're up 174. Let's rebet and spin again here. Okay, that's a 12 red. Okay, nice win. We're up $180 now. Still at the $24 level. And that's a 28, and that's a loss. So we're going to double up. Remember, we only do it twice. We go from 12 to 24 and 24 to 48. Now that we're at 48, we reset if we get near session profit. And that's at 33 black. So we're going to have to go up a unit, or what we started with. What I mean by that, so that means we go up 2, and then we go up 5 on each on the dozens, and now we're at $60 total bet. All right, let's go for a recovery now. And that's not lucky. That's a 00. Okay, so let's go up by what we started again, 5, 5, and 2. Okay, now we're at $72 total bet. And it's nice that those jackpot numbers are in there in case we do hit another one. That could really help us. It's an $18 win. Let's rebet and spin. And if the bets get high like this and you hit a jackpot, it really pays nicely. But we'll take any wins we can get because we've had a bunch of losses now. In fact, we lost on the 33, the 00, and the 30, 3 of the last 4 spins, which is not normal for 27 numbers covered, but it happens sometimes, and that's why this progression slows down in case you do get a really bad run, so you're not doubling time after time after time, and we're just continually losing now. Okay, so for the first time we're down, and we're going to go up 5, and then up 2 and spin at $96 total bet. And here we go. That's a 20 black. Okay, that's a nice $24 win. Let's rebet and spin. Let's see if we can get some consecutive wins here after all these losses. That would be nice. That's an 8 black. And it is nice knowing that those, it's a $24 win. We're at minus 42. It is nice knowing that the 22, 23, and 24 are lingering. And if you hit one, it's going to be awesome. And that's a 25 red there, and that is a break even. We got real close, and we're at minus 42. We're just going to rebet and spin at $96 total bet. Remember, this is a $1,000 bankroll system, and that's a 14 red. Okay, $24 win. One more of those will get us back, not in session profit, but in profit. Let's see if we can do that first. And that's an 11 black, so that's a good one. Okay, we're at up 6. And this would be, it'd be great to finish the session by hitting 22, 23, or 24. Let's see if we can do that. But we'll take a nice win there on 6 black. So now we're up 30. We'll rebet and spin. Let's see, 22, 23, 24. Hit one of those. We'll take a 3 red, though. That's a good one. Okay, we're up 54. We'll rebet and spin. And let's see what we can get here. And that's a break even on a 27. That won't hurt us any. So we're at 54. We'll rebet and spin. Come on, 22, 23, 24. Let's hit one of those. And that's a 7 red. We'll take that for sure. Okay, we're up 78. We'll rebet and spin. And here we go. 22, 23, 24. Come on. Oh, not 0, though. We've hit too many of those already. And that puts us back down a little bit, but we're going to increase by what we started with. Just like that. And now we're at 108 total bet. We still need that 22, 23, 24. Come on. And we'll take an 8 black. Okay, we're back up again. We'll rebet and spin at 108 total bet out of that $1,000 bankroll. Come on, jackpot. And that's a 17. Got close to that 22. That would have been nice. We're up 36. We'll rebet and spin here. And let's see if this can get near one of those numbers. I got near the 24. That would have been awesome. But we'll take the $27. We'll rebet and spin at 108 total bet. Come on, 22, 23, 24. And that's a break even on a 25 red. Won't hurt us any. Still up $63. And I would love to get one of those jackpots to finish this off. Let's see if we can do it. And that's a 31 black. That's not what we wanted, so we're going to increase by what we started with. Now we're back down just a little bit, and we got to work our way back up again. Okay, now we're at a 120 total bet. Come on, Jackpots. That's a 12 red. That's a good one. Okay, we're almost back in profit again. Let's do it right here. Come on. There's a good one. We're back in profit again at 6 black. Okay, we're up 15. Come on, let's get a 22, 23, or 24. And we'll take a 10 black. Okay, we're up 45. We'll rebet and spin. Here we go. Not a 32. That was near the 22. I would have been much better to have the 22. Now we're minus 75, so we have to increase again. $2, $5, and $5, and 132 total bet now. Come on. Hey, that's a 22 black. How about that? And that's a $165 win. Gets us back up 90 bucks, and we'll cash out right there. But remember, if you're up a lot more than that, you can cash out at any time. And just like Sonny always says, you know, anytime you can, you know, cash out and take money home that you didn't bring and declare victory over the casino, it's a good day. So remember, when systems cycle up, to cash out, and you'll be a lot more successful. And remember, we have those cash out shirts at theroulettemaster.com, and I just got 2 more of them for our trip next week to Las Vegas, and it helps remind me to cash out when I'm way ahead and not keep playing. So hope that helps you as well, and really appreciate everyone's support of the channel. Keep sending those systems in to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com. And now we have another system that's trending on YouTube coming up here next. If you want to stick around, that would be fantastic. Here we go. Thanks for sticking around. I think you're going to absolutely love this one. This is how Tony makes a living playing roulette from home. This has over 400,000 views on YouTube, and I think you're really going to enjoy it. Here we go. This is the Roulette Master, and I have an amazing story and strategy to share with you today. One of my subscribers, Tony, said that he has been making a living playing roulette from home, and he plays online with dollar bets with a $231 bankroll, and he actually makes between $60 and $75 per hour from home. So we're going to test that theory out today, and we're going to put his system up against Triple Martingale, also with a $231 bankroll. And let's go ahead and get started. I can't wait to see which one does better. And I want to show you how he's making money and making a living from home. So let's go ahead and get started with Triple Martingale first. We'll be on second and third. Let's switch those to dollar units like he's doing. And again, this isn't the way Tony's playing. We're going to do a matchup here between Triple Martingale and Tony's new system. So that's a 0. And we lost. The timer is set, and we're going to triple the bet. So 1 to 3. All right, let's go ahead and spin here and see what we get. And that's a 15 black. And that's a win. So anytime you win, you restart. We're up $1 or 1 unit. So just remember, anytime if you're thinking about if you had to use $10 units, then it'd be up $10. And we will be on first and third now. We're betting on the 2 that did not hit last. But it's going to be a very different way of playing with Tony's new system. So make sure you stick around for that one. And that's a loss. Let's go ahead and triple the bet from 1 to 3. Now we have a $6 total bet. And let's go ahead and spin here. And that's a 30 red. Okay, so we won that one. We're up $2 now, or 2 units. And we'll be on first and second for $1 each now. Or 1 unit, that is. Here we go. That's a 3 red. That's a win. So anytime you win, you start over. And we will be on second and third now. We're up 3 units. And let's go ahead and spin. Okay, that's a 24 black, and that's a win. So we always restart. We're up 4 units, and we'll be on first and third for a unit each. Let's go ahead and spin. That's a 14 red, and we lost that one. So we're going to triple the bet from 1 to 3 and spin again. Let's see if we can get a first and third. Okay, that's 11 black. Okay, that's a win. So now we'll be on second and third. Leaving out the one that hit last, we're up 5 units, and let's go ahead and spin. And only a $231 bankroll for both these systems today. And that's a win there. So we're going to be on first and second now. We're up 6 units. So remember, if you were using $10 units instead of a $231, it'd be $2,310, and you would also be we'd be up instead of $7, we'd be up $70. So we'll be on first and third now. Let's go ahead and spin again. But I like that he uses it as a low roller system that he can live off of by playing that 2 hours a day that he's doing. And let's go ahead. And we're up 8 units now. We'll be on second and third. But again, this one is triple martingale first, and we're going to see how it does against Tony's new system that he's winning with and living off of at home. And we're up 9 units. We'll be on first and second for $1 each now. Here we go. That's a 21 red. Okay, and that's a win. So we're up 10 units. We'll be on first and third. Doing really well so far with this one. And we're 3 minutes and 30 seconds into the first 15 minutes of the contest. And that's a loss, so we'll go from 1 to 3 on both. That's a $6 total bet. And here we go. Let's see what we get. That's a 36 red. Okay, that's a win. So we're up 11 units. We'll be on first and second. $1 each, and let's go ahead and spin. That's a 3 red. Okay, and that is a win. We're up 12 units. We'll be on second and third now. All right, 2 units, $2 total bet here. And that's an 8 black. That's a loss. So we will triple the bet from 1 to 3. And spin. Here we go. And that's the 34 red. And that's a win. And we're up 13 units right now already. So if we were using $10 bets, that would be $130. So you could already cash out with that. But with dollar units like he's playing, it's much safer. And we're going to continue with both these systems with dollar units today, which is not the norm. But I want you guys to see what it's like to be a low roller that can still make money. And like I said, Tony says he's using this and he's living off of it. So we're up 14 units. But his is a different system than this one. But make sure you hang around for that. And this one is triple martingale. And we lost there. We're going to triple the bet. There we go. Now we have $3 on each, $6 total. We're 5 minutes and 20 seconds into the first part of the challenge. And that's a win there. So we go back to the start. We're at 15 units. And we'll be on first and third with a unit on each. Here we go. That's an 18 red. And that's a loss. So we're just going to triple the bet from 1 to 3. Now we have a $6 total bet. And let's spin. Ooh, that's a 0. That's definitely a loss. So we'll triple the bet again from 3 to 9. There we go. $18 total bet now. And let's spin. We're 6 minutes and 3 seconds in. That's a 15 black. And that's a loss. So we'll go from 9 to 27 on each. So if you were using $10 units, you'd be at $270 each. We're $50 to $4 total bet here. And here we go. That's a 7 red. And that's a win. So we restart. We're up 16 units already. And we'll be on second and third now after the first hit last. And here we go. That's a 19 red. That's another win. So we'll be on first and third now for $1 each. or 1 unit, and we're up 17 units already. So again, if we were using $10 bets, that'd be $170, but you also have to increase the bankroll for that one. And he just has a $231 bankroll. So we're up 18 units now. We'll be on first and second.
No more bets.
And let's go ahead and spin. And that's a 34 red. And that's a loss. So we're going to triple the bet from 1 to 3. Let's go ahead and spin again at $6. And here we go. That's a 26 black. That's a loss, so we'll triple from 3 to 9. All right, let's go ahead and spin on first and second 12 now. All right, that's a win with the 16 red. Fantastic. We're up 19 units. And we will be on first and third now. $2 or 2 unit total bet. 8 minutes in out of 15. And that's a 1 red. Okay, that's a win. We're up 20 units. We'll be on second and third. And let's go ahead and spin here. All right, that's 11 black. And that's a loss. So we'll triple from 1 to 3. Okay, it's a $6 total bet. Let's go ahead and spin here. And this one's doing really good to start. Let's see if it continues. That's a 35 black. All right, that's a win there. And we're up 21 units. We'll be on first and second now. $2 total bet. And it's nice that people can start really low with dollar bets and still have a great way to make consistent money playing roulette. We're up 22 units now. We'll be on first and third. $2 total bet. And here we go. It's a 33 black. Okay, that's a win there. We're up 23 units. We'll be on first and second now. We're 9 minutes and 10 seconds in. So getting closer to the end of the first part of this challenge. We still have a little over 5 minutes left, and we won that one. So we'll be on second and third now for $1 each, and we're up 24 units. So that'd be $240 if you were betting $10 bets. But still great, and that's a win again. So you can see we're up 25 units now, and we're on first and second for $1 each. $2 total bet. All right, that's a 15 black. It's another win. So we're up 26 units now. We'll be on first and third for 2. And here we go. That's a 9 red. Okay, and up 27 units now. So be on second and third for $1 each now. And again, Tony says he plays online with dollar units, so he can bet much faster too, which is also very important. Especially when you're using dollar units. We're going to go from 1 to 3 now. We're going to triple the bet after that loss. We have a $6 total bet. That's a 34 red. That's a win. All right, so we're up 28 units. We'll be on first and second now. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. 34 red. That's a loss, so we'll triple from 1 to 3. There we go, $6 total bet. And let's spin. We're 11 minutes in out of 15. It's 11 black. That's a win. All right, we're up 29 units now. We'll be on second and third for $1. All right, let's see what we get. That's a 21 red. Okay, so we're up 30 units. Doing really well, and we're on first and third now. $2 total bet. That's a 1 red. That's another win. We're up 31 units. So if we were betting $10 bets, we'd be up $310 already. But we're using dollar bets, so we're up $31. And we're going to be on second and third. $2 total bet, but we're only risking $231 as our bankroll with dollar units. And that's a 22 black. Okay, we're up 32 units now. So clipping right along here, and we have another $2 total bet to start. We're 12 minutes in out of 15. And I can't wait to share with you Tony's new system that he's been using to play roulette for a living from home. So let's see what that's like here coming up. All right, and that's $3 each. All right, that's 11 black. That's another win. We're up 33 units, and we'll be on second and third.
No more bets.
Let's go ahead and spin again. Okay, that's a 10 black. Okay, so that's a loss. We'll triple from 1 to 3.
No
And here we go, $6 total bet now. And just over 2 minutes left. That's a 10 black. And then I can't wait to share with you Tony's new system that he's been making a living playing. And we'll go from 3 to 9 now.
No
Here we go, $18 total bet, $9 on each. And that's a 35 black. And we're up 34 units now on first and second.
No more bets.
And all these systems where people say that they consistently make money without losing almost always start really low and have good bankrolls for the size of starting bets that they have. That's a big secret. And we're up 35 units now. We'll be on first and third. And let's go ahead and spin. That's another win, 34 red. All right, so we're up 36 units, and we'll be on first and second. There we go, $2 total bet, and I'm sure a lot of people that are low rollers are loving this right now. That's a 14 red. It's another win. We're up 37 units. We'll be on first and third for $1 each, $2 total bet. And we have a little less than a minute left with the first part of this contest, and that's a 6 black. Okay, we're up 38 units. We'll be on second and third.
No more bets.
And clipping right along here so far. That's a 3 red. Okay, that's a loss. So we're going to triple the bet from 1 to 3.
No more bets.
And spin. And we're on second and third. And we got it. That's a 26 black. Okay, we're up 39 units, and we'll be on first and second now for $1 each.
No more bets.
$2 total. 15 seconds left before we start Tony's new system that he said he's making a living playing. And there's another win. We're up 40 units now, and we just ran out of time. So if we were playing $10 units, well, we would be up $400, but we would have had to risk $2,310 instead of $231. But he just risked $231. He plays dollar units. He tries to play for 2 hours a day and make $60 to $75 per hour. But his system is coming up here. But this is pretty good for dollar units with the triple martingale. So now let's go ahead and get started with Tony's new system that he's using to make a living from home. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, it is time for Tony's new roulette system that he's been using to make a living from home. He says he's making $60 to $75 per hour with this one, and he only risks $231 bankroll. Let's go ahead and get started, and then we'll set the timer. Let's see how well it can do in the next 15 minutes. Here we go. And we're going to be using columns for this one, and we always start with a number that hit in the first or third column. So we're going to start with $1 on second and $1 on third column. And just like that, it's a $2 total bet. And let's go ahead and spin. And the timer is going, and let's see what we get here. Okay, that's a win. So if we get a win, we stay right there. And we just repeat that bet, same position. Let's go ahead and spin again. I'm going to share with you when to change the bets and why he says this is so effective and that it's making a living for him from home playing online. So we lost that one, so we know the third column hit. When that happens, we're going to go to second and third column, and we're going to triple the bet to 3. Now we have a $6 total bet, and let's go ahead and spin. And that's a 33 black. And that's a win. So we just stay right there, but we go back to a original bet. Because when you win, you start over. We'll be back at $2. So let's get that right. And here we go.
No more bets.
All right, let's spin. He says the only time you switch the bets back to the other location is if you hit the opposite side. There's another win, so we picked up another unit. We're already up 3 units of profit. We're just going to rebet and spin. So the only way we would change the bets is if we hit first column. And that's a 34 red. And we did. So we're going to triple the bet and move it from 1 to 3. And now we'll be on first and second column.
No more bets.
So let's go ahead and spin. He says you never bet on first and third together. So you always either bet on first and second or second and third. And there's a win. So we go back to $1 on each. We keep the location the same until third column hits. Here we go, and then we'll check our how much we've made after this one. That's a 15 black. And we lost, so we're going to triple the bet, go from 1 to 3, and switch to second and third. All right, let's go ahead and spin. And he says for you to lose, it has to go back and forth from first column to third column a bunch of times, and he says that's very unlikely. So let's go ahead and see what we had there. We won, but we need to take the bet back to where we were. So let's put the bets back out at $2. We're currently up 5 units already, so let's go ahead and spin. We're 2.5 minutes into the 15 minutes for this part of the contest here, and that's 11 black. That's a win, so we'll stay right there. Rebet and spin. We're up 6 units.
No more bets.
All right, here we go. Okay, that's a 31 black. And we lost, so we triple the bet, go from 1 to 3, and we switch to first and second column now. You only switch the bets when the opposite hits, whether it's first or third column. Okay, and that's a win. So we keep the bets in the same spot. However, we go back to the original dollar bet on each every time you win. So let's do that, and then we'll see how many units we're up again. We're 3 minutes and 20 seconds in, and that's a 3 red. Okay, and we lost, so we will triple the bet from 1 to 3. Now we have a $6 bet on second and third column. That's a 22 black. And that's another loss. So we're going to go from 3 to 9 and switch back again. So we have second and third column now, and $9 on each. That's an 8 black. And we got the win. So we stay right there, but we go back to the original dollar bet on each. And now we are up 8 units already. So let's go ahead and spin. And we're cruising right along just like Tony said we would. And he does this every single day to make a living. He says online playing for dollar units. And there's another loss though. So you can see we had $1 on each. So we're going to triple to 3. Second and third. And the nice thing about this too is if you had horrible luck and you did lose, the most he could lose would be $231. And but he says that he doesn't lose. He just keeps making money. And that's a win right there. So we're going to stay right there. But we're going to go back to the original $2 bet. $1 on each. And let's spin. Then we'll check our balance again. We're almost 5 minutes in out of 15. And that's a 25 red. And that's a loss. So we'll triple from 1 to 3. And we will be on first and second column now. He says never bet on first and third ever. He says always just switch it when you hit the opposite of first and third. And there's a win, so we stay right there. But we go back to $1 on each. And we're currently up 10 units. So let's go ahead and spin. We're 5 minutes and 20 seconds in out of 15. And that's a 31 black. Okay, and that's a win. So we stay right there. We're up 11 units now, so let's go ahead and spin again. And so far, it's working just like Tony says it does. That's a 12 red. And we'll talk a little bit more here in a little bit about why he chooses those bets again. But we're going to switch sides. You can see we're on first and second for 1. We're going to triple to 3 and switch sides. He says again, you never bet on first and third. So here we go again. We're on second and third now. And that's a 0. So that's definitely a loss. And now we're going to go from 3 to 9, and we're going to switch sides. There we go. $18 total bet now. Let's go ahead and spin. Here we go. And that's a 2 black. And that's a win. So we stay right there, but we stay right there, but we go back to $1 on each. You only switch if you hit the opposite end. And we're up 12 units now. Let's go ahead and spin. That'd be $120 if we were using $10 units. And that's a 17 black. That's a win, so we'll stay right there. We're currently up 13 units.
No more bets.
And we're 6 minutes 48 seconds in out of 15. That's a 23 red. That's another win, so we stay right there. We're up 14.
No more bets.
Let's spin again on first and second column. Okay, that's a 9 red. And that's a loss, so we'll triple and switch sides.
No more bets.
Okay, $6 total bet now. Here we go. That's a 30 red. That's another win. So we will stay right there, but we will drop back to a $2 bet. $1 on second and $1 on third. Again, he never bets on first and third. Okay, that's a 28 black. And that's a loss, so we will switch sides and triple to 3. All right, so we're up 13 units right now, but we'll be more once we get a win here. And that's a 35 black. And that's a win. So we're up 16 units now. And we'll need to go back to the original $2 bet. $1 on the first column, $1 on second column. And we are currently 8 minutes and 5 seconds in out of 15. And that's a 30 red. And that's a loss, so we'll triple and switch sides. And spin. Here we go. Let's see what we get here. That's a 22 black. Okay, and we lost again, so we're going to switch sides and go from 3 to 9. So it's $18 total bet, and let's go ahead and spin. We're on first and second column now. And that's an 8 black. And that's a win, so we stay right there, but we put $1 on each. We reset, we're up 17 units. All right, let's go ahead and spin. We're almost 9 minutes in out of 15. Okay, it's an 18 black. And we lost that one. So we're going to switch sides and go from 1 to 3. All right, now we'll be on second and third column. Let's go ahead and spin. Okay, that's a 28 black. And we lost, so now we go from 3 to 9. And we'll be on first and second now. Switch sides. That's a 28 black. And we won, so we stay right there, but go back to $1. And we're up 18 units now. Let's go ahead and spin. And here we go. That's a 14 red. All right, that's a win, so we'll just stay right there. Repeat the bet at $1 on each column. We're almost 10 minutes in out of 15. That's a 23 red. Okay, that's a win, so we'll just rebet that. We are up 20 units now. Let's go ahead and spin again. All right, here we go. That's a 34 red. Okay, and that's a win. So we're just going to rebet and spin again. Now we're up 21 units. All right, let's spin again here. Okay, that's a 19 red. That's a win. Again, we just rebet and spin. We're up 22 units. So again, that'd be $220 if you were using $10 units, but then you'd have to change the bankroll from 231 to 2310 So remember that as well. And I really like this low roller system. I think my wife would definitely use this one. She likes to bet small, and both of these are definitely working really well today. And that's a 20 black, but it's cool that even though Tony is betting small, he says he's making a living betting small, and that's because, and we're up 24 units now, that's because you have a better chance of consistently winning if you have a really small starting bet and in relation to your bankroll, and that's a 26 black. And takes a little longer. We're up 25 units now. Takes a little longer than you would probably like to make what he makes every day. He does, play 2 hours so that he says he doesn't have to work, but that takes some dedication. So we're going to go from 1 to 3 now. We're going to triple the bet, switch sides after that loss, and here we go. That's a 3 red, and that's a win. Okay, so we'll go back to the original $2 bet, dollar on each.
No more bets.
Spin again. We're still on second and third because you only switch sides when you hit the opposite. You never bet on first and third, and that's a 28 black. That's a loss, so we'll go from 1 to 3 and switch sides. There we go, and we're up 24 units right now. Once we get this one, we'll be further ahead, though. That's a 27 red. But we did not, so we're going to go from 3 to 9. There we go, and we're on second and third column now. Here we go. That's a 17 black, and that's a win. So we'll stay right there, but then go back to $1. Anytime you win, you restart, and we're up 27 units. So let's go ahead and place those bets again and spin. $2 total bet again, base level, dollar on each. And here we go. We're almost 13 minutes in out of 15. There's another win. All right, let's go ahead and spin again. And that's a 20 black. That's another win. So let's just rebet and spin again.
No more bet.
Here we go. Let's see how many in a row we can get. And that's a 33 black. That's another win. We'll rebet and spin again.
No more bet.
All right, here we go. 13 minutes, 20 seconds in. And that's an 8 black. That's another win again. We're up 31 units.
No more bet.
Let's spin again here. Here we go. That's a 5 red. It's another win. We are up 32 units.
No more bet.
All right, here we go. Let's spin again. Okay, that's a 12 red. Another win. Just cruising right along here. We're up 33 units. If we were betting $10 bets, we'd have $330 of profit already. And that's a 16 red. Okay, that's a loss, so we'll switch sides and go from 1 to 3. Here we go. That's a 2 black. That's another win, so we stay right there. We're up 34 units. And dollar on each now again, base level, $2 total bet. We have about 30 seconds left in this one. That's a 9 red. That's a loss, so we'll switch sides and triple to 3.
No more bet.
All right, let's go ahead and spin again here. And that's a 31 black. Okay, that's another loss. So we're going to go from 3 to 9. And spin again. Here we go. It's our last spin. And that's a 35 black. And that's a win. So we ended up 35 units of profit with this one. And man, both these systems did fantastic. I will say that when you start with dollar units and a large bankroll, you do have a much better chance of winning with any system, let alone this one. And again, he says that he plays this online for dollar units. Makes he plays 2 hours a day. He makes between $60 and $75 per hour, which takes a lot of patience and time. And let me know what you guys think. Test it on your simulators first, and let me know if you think it's better than the traditional triple martingale and the way that he picks the bets. He basically says, Tony says that the likelihood that it goes from first to third to first to third to first to third, he says that he doesn't see that happen very often, so that's why he plays this way. And he said that he's making a living doing it. So again, that takes a lot of patience and dedication to play that long every day for dollar bets. But he's loving it. So let me know what you think after you test it on your simulator. Also, always share your results, whether it's on a simulator or at the casino, so that the other subscribers can see if you did well with it. And I always recommend using the simulator first, then going to the casino if you like it. And that's the way to do it. Really appreciate everyone like Tony sending these systems in every day of the week. Remember to send them to roulettemaster.c@gmail.com, roulettemaster.c@gmail.com, and that's where I select the ideas for the videos every single day at 7 a.m. Central Time. And hope you're really enjoying the content. I love seeing the new systems every day, and I hope you are enjoying it as well. This is the Roulette Master. And have a great day, everybody.